Hey, what's up, Brotherhood channel? It's your Wednesday guy Kai here. I want to apologize once again for the quality of this video. I mentioned on the Instagram, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should check us out on Instagram at Brotherhood, BRO7 HERHOOD, at Brotherhood with a 7 instead of a T. I hope I spelled it right. It's late Wednesday, 10:26 p.m. Feels like 11 though because daylight savings just happened. Stayed up pretty late last night working on a paper that was due today, 5 to 6 page paper that I started yesterday, and it was due today at 11. So went to sleep at 5 a.m. this morning. Got a little bit of sleep. Had some stuff to do today, and now I'm washing some clothes, so I'm waiting for that to get done. And I thought I'd go ahead and try to get this video done, so that's why the quality's low. Not really going to edit much, if at all. And I did put the headphones on, so hopefully the sound quality's a little better than usual. I'm filming on my webcam, when I'm filming on my webcam. But yeah, I'm so tired. School right before break coming up, school's really been hitting hard with all the papers, it feels like. But yeah, what I mentioned I made a little video on my on the Brotherhood Instagram. I can't even talk tonight. Just saying that, yeah, I had that paper and my video would be up late and stuff. So follow us on Instagram if you don't already, and each day one of us is on there checking out your posts and stuff, and hopefully getting a chance to comment. I don't comment as much as I'd like to. I really want to get better at that and posting on the story and all that. But anyways, we're 2 minutes in and I haven't even talked about this week's topic, so let's just go with that. This week's topic was, I made some little notes. But this week's, oh, by the way, because the video quality is so bad, but hopefully the sound quality is better, if you want to just ignore the video and treat this as like a podcast, that's totally understandable. I'm not going to show anything on the screen, really. I don't think, yeah, I'm not going to show anything on the screen that you need to see. So if you just want to like exit out, not exit out, like close the screen, just treat it as a podcast, I understand. Anyways, that being said, I am exhausted. This week's topic was adjustment to being seen as male in, adjusting to being seen as male, basically, was the way we ended up phrasing it, but it kind of stemmed from a conversation all of us brothers had, like in our chat that we have for the channel. We kind of started talking about certain things, and we were like, we should talk about that, and now we're finally talking about it. That was like a month ago, but anyways, that's not the point. Point is, what I want to talk about is not so, like, there was of course a lot of things that were great, like once people started seeing me as male, and things that just felt a lot more right. Like once society and the people around me started seeing me as male, a lot of things felt like they fit more. It was almost like trying to put like a puzzle piece and it's just not fitting in that spot, but you're trying to force it, and then finally you're like, oh, it actually went here, and then it just clicks, and it's like, oh, that was simple. Kind of like that. So I was kind of like trying to be forced in this thing, and then I just, once people started seeing me, it just made sense and it felt better. What I want to talk about for this topic more, instead of that side of it, I just wanted to mention that because, like, I want to make it clear that, oops, I set a little alarm for my clothes. Wow, of course this would happen. Now, where's my phone? My life's a mess. Okay, sorry about that. So, anyways, as I was saying, wow, that messed me up. My life's a mess. Yeah, what I want to talk about for this video is not like the good stuff about being seen as male and how good it felt, but I want to make sure that like I put it out there that just because I'm not talking about that in this video, it doesn't mean that's that's a big part of it. This stuff I had to think about a lot to try to figure out what I wanted to say. And so let me just jump right into it instead of being around the bush. Basically, there were a few things I didn't really expect, like the way people, specifically female identifying people, would react to me, like if they're alone and we're walking at night and I happen to be walking behind them for some reason. It is a little different, the reaction I get now than before, and part of it could be because I'm older than I was before, but also I think part of it might be because I identify as male and I give out our masculine gender expression with my clothing and hairstyle and stuff like that, and people see that a certain way in society. And so I just can recall one specific time. I mean, there's a few times, but I can share one specific time. I was walking. It was actually daytime, and this lady was walking in front of me, and we were just on the sidewalk, but she kept looking back, and then she ended up going off, like I could tell she was like concerned about me, so she turned one way and I went the other way, even though I needed to keep going the same way she did. And just like kind of seeing how I'm perceived now, like especially like even when I'm out, and I'm like there's police officers, or like I'm in a store, like people see me as a male, and they have different feelings about that for some reason. Like they're a little more suspicious of me in certain situations than when I was giving off a more female vibe, I guess. The other thing I kind of want to talk about is more serious, and so I do want to kind of put a content warning. It has to do with a little bit of sexual assault. Not really. I'm not going to talk a lot about that, but it has to do with sexual assault groups and stuff like that. Being seen, what I didn't, I didn't realize really how that would, until something like that happens, you don't really realize how certain like spaces, women only spaces, it feels weird. I don't know how else to say that. It's like it's fine because I identify as male, but also there's certain things where it's like there's just it's like people either see you as one or the other, female or male, and it's just not always that simple, I feel like, and there's not much space for people who don't fit very clearly in that binary. And this goes into a whole thing about binary and non-binary and stuff, because I've actually questioned before if I'm binary or non-binary. But I identify with my sex as female. I identify with my gender as male. So when people see me as strictly one or the other, it's a little weird sometimes. I definitely identify more with male stuff, and I don't like I like he him pronouns and stuff, but yeah, there's certain, it's like, how can I, there's certain ways I can relate to female identifying people, but I don't always feel like I can share that or have the right to express that fully, or that I don't want to take up that space always because I'm not female identifying, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's been a little interesting, adjusting in that way and kind of being more conscious of how people perceive me, if I'm, walking with my hood on, or in a store with my backpack, or if I'm walking behind someone, if it's late at night, if they're alone, stuff like that. Just understanding and adjusting to like people perceiving me as a little bit more of a threat than before, or just being more cautious around me, or cautious about me, if that makes any sense. Like people who don't know me, not the people around me. And then again, just like not always knowing where I fit in, if things are strictly female or strictly male, because there's ways I can relate to males and ways I can't relate to males, and there's ways I can relate to females and ways I can't relate to females, and there's experiences I've had that females have had, and that are a lot more similar to a female experience. And yeah, it's just like and for the most part, I love it. I love that people see me as male now. So please don't get me wrong, but it's just sometimes it's a little weird feeling, because it's like there's more to it than just that. For me, there's more to me and more to my story, and it's like where am I allowed to relate to certain things, or where am I, like, how can I be a good, like, supporter or ally, or what groups do I fit into, and my voice is just as valid as anyone else's. I don't want to speak for people, and I don't want to, like, if any of this makes any sense. So there's a little bit of an adjustment, I guess, in that respect, but yeah, it's been getting a little more inclusive, like, society, and the people around me, and the, at least, the kind of feel, there's been a little bit more recognition of identities that don't fit into the female or male category so smoothly. Sorry if this video... Oh my gosh, really? Alright, I better go check on my clothes, but sorry if this video was kind of strange. Like I said, I am beyond tired. It's late. It's not that late compared to how late I usually stay up, but it's like late for how much sleep I've gotten recently and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this video uploaded. I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry, this was a little weird. I might try to clarify in a future video, or I might not. We'll see. As always, stay strong, stay safe, stay you. I love you all. I will see you next week, and yeah, peace.